crankshaft in the alignment jig fixture, and you can just kind of observe the setup we've got. Got the pressure on 3 points on each side of the crankshaft. It's just free turning in there. Plenty clearance here, plenty clearance here. We're not checking any side plate in this instance, only the alignment, the straightness of the crankshaft. And got the dial indicator set on the base right there. Comes around, comes up, got it in there, and got it adjusted there to 0. And I've got that collar on, and the reason that I put that on there is to get past that keyway right there in a complete rotation. And if you just turn that, watching that needle down there on the dial indicator and make a complete revolutions there all the way around, you can see that the total readout is 6 thousandths. Total readout. And one of the questions is on the crankshaft that I sawed into. Some die-hard repair persons would say, well, I should have saved that crankshaft. But this part right here, from here to here, is where the bearing is at. And from this point to this point, that shiny part, that's where the flywheel would be at, right here. Okay, the part from here out to the end is where the pulley goes. Both sides the same way. And the one on the engine that I decided it was too bad to save, from here out, this was rusted on both sides. Probably more than a 1/16 of an inch, and may have been where that there was a pulley on there that at some time had turned on the shaft to help wear it down. But it was greatly undercut where the pulley goes. Well, even if I turn this part where the bearing goes, you can do that to an undersize and adjust the bearing accordingly. And this size here would be usable where the flywheel goes. And then I could turn from here outward, I could turn that down in the lathe to a smaller size and use a smaller pulley. Or either build that up with whale and turn it back to original size. Same way with the journals. You can actually build them back up or turn them down, the journal parts, turn them down and then cast an oversized Babbitt bearing to go in these places. So there's several ways to save a crankshaft. It just that one was a little more, I had an extra is the reason that I decided to do what I'm doing. But this crankshaft here, and it does have right in the center here on this particular one, and this was out of a engine that was completely, well, I only got a block in a crankshaft, you know, the relationship parts there. But right in the center is a high place. Okay, putting the micrometer on this journal all the way around it, just put it on there and rotate it, micrometer. This journal kind of proved out to be true in the roundness of it. It's not oval shaped. The only problem is this high part in the middle, and we're going to file that away. And there is a way to file that. Probably should talk about it. Kind of where we're set up. And with a good file, a very good file, even to a point of a new file, when you file that, and this is a little bit wide, I do have where probably this file right here is what I'll use. And this is something that you need to get in there and pay attention to. Cut the camera off, get the lights where you can see, and then do this right here, because it's quite important. This is not something to be taken lightly when you go to filing on a crankshaft. Let me stress that most highly. It's you can ruin it beyond, cause you a lot of work to fix it. But if you file, let's get a piece of paper. Okay, you all can attribute this to Mr. Pete 222 Tubal Cain. You can give Tubal Cain credit for this pencil drawing. a really good. Let me give Tubal Cain a shout out at this point. If you've not checked out Mr. Pete 222 videos, by all means bring yourself up to date. Keith Fenner is another one. Turn Right Machine Shop. Be time well spent on the computer here. But back to this journal right here, and doing it old school. The only part that you want to remove is the high part. And this being the looking at it sideways. This being the roundness of it. Okay, if you file it in a straight line like that, and then you file it in a straight line like that, and you file it in a straight line like that, a straight line like that, and just keep going around with them straight lines, at some point you'll end up with some kind of, whatever they call that, a geometric shape there with these little high points. So what the procedure there is, file work. Look it up. Do some research on it before you attempt to work on a crankshaft. I mean, I'm not for practice work myself. I think you should do work with intention. But what you do is when you bring that file across through there, is you raise up on the handle. Every file stroke should go in a arc. Every file stroke should go in an arc all the way around. Every one. And sneak up on it. Don't try to file that all the way down at one time. And if I may kind of give an example, is, and I'll put this in the vise over there when I actually do it, but the file will go like this. Roundness. Never file straight head on. Always make a round stroke. And you, with some practice, you will achieve the point of success. Let's get on with the show.